Hi, I'm Michelle Hardy, and today I wanted to talk to you about how selling might not be your thing, but you want to be able to sell your books and not really have to talk much. So, here I'm offering some tips that you can use that maybe will help you because some people just don't like sales. If you don't like sales and you are having a hard time selling your book, you have the book now, and it's like you have stage fright when it comes to actually talking to people about your book to sell it. You don't know how to market it. You just cannot get it together to do that part. You love writing, but this sales thing, like, how do I get this going? Well, one way you can do this is to use social media. We all know we've seen people on social media or we've seen posts and there's no one talking, but we read it, right? Or there's music attached to it. So, this is a way for you to actually sell your book without saying anything. So, you're posting to all the different social media platforms, you're doing shorts, reels. If you're on YouTube, you're utilizing the community page there. So make sure that that is visible to your audience on YouTube. And if you want to use Twitter, there's LinkedIn, there's TikTok, there's Instagram, Facebook. So all of these different platforms, you can post as much as you want for free. So I suggest that you start, if you haven't, set up those accounts and just post daily, at least one. If you can do two, have your media, your flyers and your short pages and things like that. We can get into that later, but have all that ready so that all you're doing is just posting once a day at least, so that people are seeing you on a regular basis. You're not doing any talking, you're just posting the flyer about your book with music, and sometimes not, but you're not doing any talking. If you're someone that doesn't like sales and you're having a hard time selling your book, you can hire someone to actually help you do that. I remember one time I was at an event and I was a vendor, and there was another lady there, and her English was broken. And so she knew that she was going to need someone to help her speak at her table. So she hired someone or enlisted someone to speak to the customers. She made jewelry. And so when there was a sale or someone wanted to talk about the jewelry, this other person would step in and help her. Her work was impeccable. She had beautiful pieces, but she just could not relay the message to the audience that she served. So she hired someone, and I thought that was brilliant. So you can do that too. And so you don't even have to speak. You can just, your work will speak for itself, and then you have someone to help you. One way to actually sell your book without having to really talk or push your book on someone is to just write emails to schools. Send it to the admin to start off, or if you want to, send it to the principal. But basically, what you're doing is you're introducing yourself and then you're sending a copy of your book. Schools will buy your books. They're not going to really want to pay you per se to come speak, so you might not get that fee, but they will pay for your books. So that's a way you can sell your book without having to talk to anyone per se and push your book. It's like your book is going to speak for itself. And if you have something that they need, if you're solving a problem for the school or the educator, then yes, they want your book. If you're having problems selling your book, educators are perfect people to sell your book to. You're sending your book to them, asking them to read it, and hopefully you're solving a problem that they have, or it's going to help their students. So if you have a broad range of people that it's going to help that they serve, then that will help you sell books because your title, the content, and then also incentives. Teachers love to have lunch, in the break room, right? So if you have some kind of little snack for them to say, hey, I wanted to provide some lunch and my book, right? So this makes you be on the radar versus someone else who didn't do that, right? And there's not much talking in that. It's basically sending them email or sending the book with a little note saying, hey, I'd like to buy you lunch. And also I have a book to offer that may help your students. So this is just another way. You're not talking much, but you are selling. If you're having a hard time selling your book, we all know, and most of us are on Amazon on different platforms. So when your book is on as many platforms, publishing platforms, then you have more exposure, which gives you more opportunity to sell your book. They have the audience that's looking for books. People are coming to them to look for books. And so if your book is out there, you have a bigger chance of selling it without having to do anything, and also you can just send the link to your Amazon store basically, and people will buy your book. One way that you can sell your book without having to say much is to offer your book in a gift basket as a prize. So depending on how many books you'd like to donate, and usually this is like to a nonprofit organization where they're actually raffling off something. Every time they say what's in the prize, your name and the title of your book is going to be called out, and everyone in the room will hear about your book. And so that will just be on their radar, right? At least how many ever books that you donate in gift baskets, then that's how many people will know about you. You're not really selling, someone else is doing everything for you. You're just doing a donation of your book, and if you just attach your book with something else, right? You put together a little basket, or pair it up with some kind of accessory that goes with a book, and that's a perfect prize, right? And it's marketing, trust me. Sales is hard, I know, but you really need to get in good with book clubs. The more book clubs that you know about and know about you, the more opportunities you have to sell your book. Basically, you're sending an email to the book club saying, hey, this is my new book. This is what it's about. And I'd like to offer it to your book club at this price. It may be a discount or maybe not, because remember, we don't have to discount our books. But this is a way for you to not say much. You're sending an email and you're not being pushy. You're just introducing yourself and saying what you have to offer. If they come back and say yes, then you'll have some interaction with them about what the price will be and all of that. And so you can either choose to have someone help you negotiate with the book club if you want, or you can just set the price. You can say, okay, this is what the price of the book is. You can do that right out the gate. This is what it is. And if you'd like to offer the book club these books at this amount, I'd be more than happy to send you some books out, right? So that's just another way. But the initial interaction can be, just maybe a little flyer and, an email attached. And then you just kind of wait and see, but not much talking. If you are scared to sell or you're having a hard time selling, partnering with someone or basically finding someone who's in the field for the topic that you're talking about in your book. For example, if there's a therapist and you have a book on mental health, you can tell the therapist, hey, I have a great book that you can use in addition to providing therapy to your clients. This would be something that would just probably trickle because therapists know other therapists. And so you would have even more clients. And, the end result would be the client is going to get your book. The therapist is going to use your book and pass it on to their client. In addition, they'll be using it as well, right? So it may open up a larger audience for you, right? So, this is just another way that if you don't want to sell your book, others can help you sell your book.